Hi guys, it's Lucie, and today I'm going to be doing a video on the worst books that I read in 2016. Disclaimer, as everyone does in all of these videos, just because I didn't like a book doesn't mean you won't like the book, and if any of these are your favorite book, then that is perfectly okay. Just because I didn't like it doesn't mean that you can't like it, and just because you like it doesn't mean that I have to like it. If you liked any of these books, please feel free to leave a comment down below and tell me why, because I just like to know. I actually did a video like this last year, so if you're interested, please feel free to look down below. I'll have it linked and somewhere on the screen. So let's just get right into talking about why I didn't like these books. First, let's talk about Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte. I gave it 3 stars, which is just okay for me. If you don't already know, Wuthering Heights is about the love of 2 characters, Catherine and Heathcliff, who are basically separated and their love is not allowed by anyone. It's about all those obstacles and all those things. I didn't really like it because mostly I hated Catherine and Heathcliff, and basically all the characters. I didn't enjoy any of them. They were all kind of garbage. Sometimes I can get by with not liking the characters, but then the plot was also kind of based on these characters, and I couldn't root for any of the characters because I hated them. I just really wasn't a fan. I thought I would enjoy it more because it is touted to be a great romance, which I've now learned after reading it is pretty false, because everything that happens is caused by the garbageness of every character. Next, we have Exit Pursued by a Bear by E.K. Johnston. I actually do own this book. I don't know what happened to it. I can't find it anywhere. I'm pretty sure I brought it back from California, but I can't find it, so. But this is a picture. And yeah, I ended up giving this book 3 stars as well, although it does feel a little lower in my opinion. But this book is about a girl who goes to cheer camp and then is sexually assaulted at camp, and it's about the after effect and how she deals with all that and how everyone around her deals with it. I, again, was not a big fan of this book. For the most part, it was just bland in general. I expect a book like this to make me feel things, and it really didn't. I could see what the narrative was trying to do with a story about a strong rape survivor, but I just don't think it was successful in that. Our main character, Hermione, is bland and underdeveloped at best. Everything she does just feels like you're reading about a robot, and all her feelings are kind of robotic as well, in my opinion. All of the side characters were even worse. If our main character is bland and we do see her the most, and it is told from her point of view, you can just imagine how the side characters felt. Everything that happened just felt too convenient and completely unbelievable, and a story like this is supposed to feel realistic in my opinion. And again, I was just mostly bored. I wanted to have a strong connection and emotions to this book, and I just really didn't. Dracula by Bram Stoker. Again, I gave this 3 stars. This is probably a solid 3 stars because mostly my issue with it was that I just found it boring, boring, boring. That's literally what I wrote down in my notes. If you don't know, Dracula is basically the quintessential vampire story, and I have no idea how we got the vampire media we have today based on this story because it was just boring. You basically know everything that's going to happen. There are no specific plot twists and turns. You are not on the edge of your seat for any of this, and with a book like this, I expected to be. A Study in Scarlet by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. This is the 3rd classic on this list of 5 books. I guess most of the classics I read this year were duds. I'm just realizing that now. This one was less of a dud, and it was more disappointing than actually particularly bad. Study in Scarlet is the first Sherlock Holmes story. I do plan on reading more of Sherlock Holmes. Again, I didn't particularly dislike this book, it's just it was more disappointing because until about the halfway point, this was getting ready to be a 4-star book. And then halfway through the book, you take a complete change in plot, direction, setting, narrator, everything, and you're just like, what's going on? It was mostly for that this book is on this list. The last book I'm going to talk about in this video is Ugly Love by Colleen Hoover. I gave this book 2.5 stars. This is about a girl named Tate who moves in with her brother, and she meets her brother's friend named Miles, and her and Miles start a friends with benefit kind of relationship, and obviously that has a lot of ways to go wrong, and the story is about all the ways they do go wrong. I really just had so many issues with this book. I don't know where to begin. It's told from a dual point of view, with one being Tate in the present and Miles from 6 years in the past. Tate's point of view was annoying to read because Tate herself was an annoying main character that I did not enjoy reading about. She was supposed to be strong, and you know, she said she was strong, but nothing she did was strong. She was completely spineless. She just went with everything Miles did and said, and she just let him like destroy her. Every decision she made me want to strangle her, and she was just like not a great main character. Miles's point of view was annoying for multiple reasons as well. First of all, that part only was written in verse instead of normal storytelling, and it made it feel too flowery and like it was trying too hard. Since it was told 6 years in the past, you're kind of like, what's going on again, because you're reading about this event happening from Tate's point of view, and then Miles is like completely in another year. That was to explore like the big plot twist that you know happens, and I basically guessed the plot twist except for one little part, and then the plot twist was kind of like, really, what the heck is going on in here on this day? Miles and Tate's relationship was again overall a horrible and unhealthy relationship completely, and that is not an example anyone should follow ever. If anyone treats you the way Miles did, you should run far, far away. I just did not enjoy it. It was no. So those are all the books that I'm going to be talking about in this video. Those are my worst books of 2016. I feel like last year's books, I had more scathing reviews for them. This year they were more subdued because a lot of them I did give like 3 stars. They weren't like the worst books ever, but they were the worst books that I read this year. If you like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you have any opinions about any of the books that I talked about in this video, please be sure to leave a comment down below, good or bad. I want to hear it all. Again, thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye!